Just got in, got set up. Have to take a break after setting the tent up.
Yeah, I'm wore out now.
Can't see shit in this camera. Had to change glasses. Still can't see shit. Try to let this down a little bit. Maybe I can see a little better. The pollen is terrible. I can feel it in my nose.
Yeah. So all you gotta do is look at the hood of your car.
Oh, man.
Let's see what that sun does to that canopy. I can see it melt that shit out of there.
As long as it doesn't melt the canopy, I'll be okay.
Yeah, it should be
I've seen them melt. 6 watchers and 3 likes. Pick and sounds good, Sparky. Great. All right, we're gonna get rolling here in a bit, but we got to take a break. We got here and got the tent set up. The car's unloaded. Walk around the circle and knock the weeds down. Winds are about 40 miles an hour. John said 10, but I say more.
You know how that is. It always feels like it's more than what it is. You go over to Muncie and 10 miles an hour feels like about 30.
The thing there is straight. It's not rolling like
Well, we
here.
don't have all these trees behind us like we used to have.
Yeah, it's not as bad as it was.
That tornado did us something good.
Yeah, but it took out our big tree.
Well, I like the ones out there in the center because they were nice. You park out there in the center and you had 2 big giant trees, tons of shade. Didn't have to set a tent up. But they were long overdue to fall down on their own accord.
Nice, relaxing Saturday.
We're starting out green. In essence, we don't have needle settings. We don't have lap times. We don't know how much fuel. It's all a big guess.
I think I'll fly my Tucker first.
Well, it's the one closest to having the needle valve setting.
Well, I know Super Tiger's
Yeah.
best anyway. Like
This 75, I bought this used last winter.
What prop you got on there? The APC?
Yeah.
You can also get those flat back from Bob too.
Everyone seems to be running that APC type, so I just went with that when I bought it. He offered it to me. And I don't know yet. You know, it's just time will tell. I may be calling him up saying, send me some.
Well, this flat back prop here is what I ran on my jet airplane, the one that you saw in the picture, the gray one.
Yeah.
That's flat back prop 75.
13.45 or something like
No,
that.
it's 14.
14.
That's a 75 prop.
Well, that prop's the one that Bob McDonald made.
Yeah.
It should work.
Oh, they work.
Whether or not
That's what's on my high roller.
whether or not this pipe's set up right or whatever, I don't know.
Be close.
Yeah, it should be close.
Man, I sure hope it's not gonna be like that this summer. Pollen.
Well, right now you're in all this. Everything's flowering right now. The lilacs in the backyard's already lost all their blooms. Honeysuckle's falling, so it'll lose its stuff pretty soon.
Remember me telling you that I was first in Master Stunt
In Master Stunt.
in FCM?
Really?
Yeah, I was the first one.
Oh, well, the first year they had Masters?
Yeah,
I was over there that year. How come I don't remember that?
here's the
Yeah, at first, not first. Yeah. I remember when they started that.
woo.
I was first in advanced last year, and they bumped me up to expert. It doesn't mean I'm an expert. That just means I won SEM in advanced. And they typically, if you win a skill class, they bump you to the next higher one. That's just their policy. Which, it's all right. I don't mind flying against a lot better guys.
You don't want to be a perpetual beginner?
No. I never won beginners, and I moved up to intermediate. I never won intermediate. I moved up to advanced.
I've never been a beginner. I've never been an advanced. I've never or intermediate or anything. I was always open.
Yeah.
That's what we flew back in the 60s. Junior, senior, open.
Yeah. You got to get better or die.
Gary said, "Man, you've been off for a while. You shouldn't come back in open." I said, "Well, that's what I last flew is open." So
yeah. Well, it just forces. I think at a point it forces you. It forces your hand. You know, these guys. I know a guy who's probably been a beginner for 10 years. Well, I can't fly inverted, but learn.
yeah,
I'm sorry. It's cold, but learn.
turn your brain upside down.
You know, and get you an old junky airplane, an old combat plane or something. Go out there over the grass and just fly until you take a handful of props and fly until you learn. I had a brain lock for quite a few years on flying inverted. I could get about
a half
a lap in. I got over it, you know. Yeah, it's just a matter of doing it. Keep doing it. Lazy eights are a good way. Just keep stretching them out longer and longer and longer, and then.
I got a brand new pair of 64,000 18s I could try on that.
Russian mine?
No.
64,000.
64 foot 18,000.
Oh. 18s are all right. A lot of guys use 18s. I know you don't like them. I've flown anything over 35 size planes. I always flew on 18s. I just got used to it.
And the wind is blowing.
It's gonna be like this at the Nats. Maybe worse.
And then the anemometer gets to spinning. It's about 200,000 RPM. I'll be put my car thing in the truck.
Gotta watch everybody else and see how they're doing, see who's scratching and who isn't. Weigh your odds. I don't want to lose an airplane and a motor over it.
Yeah, I lost my Thunderbolt over some nonsense. I couldn't let John Simpson beat me by half a point.
I beat Hodak up there, Brodak, by half a point at 1 year. He's pissed off. We were sort of ragging on each other. Oh, whoop your ass. Oh, whoop you. I got your number.
Where's my buddy, the tall, thin guy with the butt ugly airplane? The red-looking turd. I can't remember his name.
Oh. Roger Wildman?
No, he's real tall, thin as a rail, wears a straw hat. He works in a model boat place up in Wisconsin or Michigan or whatever. He flies that butt ugly red airplane with a canopy painted on it in silver on the nose.
Oh. Vince
Bodie.
Bodie.
That's it. I hear airplanes flying in your car.
Those are weed eaters. That's probably the gardeners back there cutting up the trees.
Sound like weed eater or airplanes to me.
Well, that's what they're running. Weed eater motors. Then I got this email from this lady, and she's selling off all of her stuff, or her husband's stuff for him, or whatever, because he's in bad health or whatever. He must have $100,000 worth of stuff, and these are all huge airplanes. 102-inch wingspan and twin cylinder, big giant 50cc and on up 200cc motors and stuff. He must have 30 or 40 of those big airplanes, plus another 30 or 40 of the big engines, separate.
Why is she getting a hold of you?
She sent me an email. I guess I'm on some kind of a mailing list or something, and received an email because I don't fly RC. And I don't fly quarter or half scale or anything like that. I used to fly RC a long time ago. I had some pretty nice airplanes. I had a Cadet Senior, had a Cobra, had a Citabra. I really liked that Citabra. That was a nice little airplane. I'd fly nice and slow and easy, or flip it around the sun, whatever you wanted to do with it.
Let's see if I got some line foot.
Never got into the pattern stuff, which I probably would have liked.
There's one. Two. I got two. Missing one.
You got a silver and a black one?
No, I got two black ones, so it don't matter. That way I can get a new handle set up and a new set of lines, even though they're 18,000. I bet I should have some at the bottom of this box.
We'll have to take a day out sometime and just make it a day of making up line sets, because it takes me a good hour and a half to make a set of lines up.
I know.
And I've got one of those winding jigs that you hook your eyelets on and all that stuff and tension it and everything. I've only used it, I think, once. It doesn't work on lead outs to your airplane because it's too much there to do that with. But the way Tom Morris and these other guys set them things up, they had a spool set off the side and they know how many turns of that knob were so many feet. And then they cut the wire and tie off the both ends on
Is this a
it and all
Rayco
that
handle?
stuff. Yeah. Yep, that's a Rayco.
This is a Casmo handle.
That's a Rayco hardpoint.
I think I put them 64s in here. I hope I did.
I don't like those gold lines. Too springy. Need spools about a foot in diameter to roll them up on.
I got both kinds.
I got a set you gave me because you didn't like them.
What?
So them gold lines,
Oh yeah.
Russian lines. They made a new kind. They got a new kind out now. That I think they're borderline on being legal. I don't even know that they are legal.
I got a couple sets of those in there too. I could try, brand new. But what happens is they're hard to get unwound.
Yeah, they'll fly off the reel on you in a heartbeat. Then you gotta stretch them out and run them out and untwist them. And what you probably need to do is put them in stretch them out in the driveway or something, and do some pull tests on them individual, and then run them out and let them unwind. Then they should eventually take a set. I quit doing that. Put a fishing swivel on there.
There's a set of lines. I don't know. I think they're 60 foot though. I don't think they don't have a mark.
Shame on you.
Man, COVID.
It's just overcast enough makes you want to keep your sunglasses on, but not enough you want to take them off. Let's see what I got for lines. I got a set in here I know that I marked for this airplane.
Man. Thank you. Oh shit. I'm gonna have to blow my nose again, all this pollen. Oh man. Shit. I've always had bad allergies. Always. God darn.
Wouldn't you know, I didn't mark these lines.
Black is up, silver's down.
I don't mean that part.
I'm talking to myself. Down. Silver. That's a fancy handle.
You might be one. It's a homemade handle.
Yeah. Yeah, let's see what we got here. I gotta get a decent flight box. This is terrible. Them are Tuckers. Let's see what we got here. If these were, no, these are 60 footers. These are no good. You go ahead and put them out, John, in the middle. $64-foot 18s. I guess I'll try them. Oh man. Yeah. The lines on my other airplane. Yeah. Yeah. You got a marker in your box?
No.
All right, we got any chatters on this? Of course, I can't see through the sunglasses. I can't read a damn thing they're saying. Yeah, the screen's black, sunglasses are black.
Yeah. Like the last time we were out here, I couldn't see anything.
You're cheating, K77, but it's really a PA. Everybody said, that's a K77. Oh, yeah, sure.
It's not supposed to tattle on me.
You gonna burp it first?
Probably should.
Taking off into the wind. Best spot to keep your prop off the ground.
Yeah.
Fill it up or what? I'm getting ready to fly my continental orange pull on the head. I'm gonna pull it flying.
See if I'm getting a moving run. Last time, you know, that kind of thing.
Make it happen. Well, now we're gonna get some lap time. Four seven. Pulling like a freight train. Detonating. Just a tad too fast.
Yeah, I can tell. Taking me off balance.
What was the RPM?
About that. 7, 8, something like that.
Let's just fly the Continental next. Depot.
Pretty gusty out there.
I see that. Hold the line. Just hold them. Give me level.
Not here. Well, in my toolbox. My box.
pretty good. Okay, guys, first flight of a brand new airplane. Shit, where's my syringe? I'm gonna have to use your syringe, John. My syringe is sitting on the table at home. No, it ain't. I got it right here. Okay. Chicken stick. Got to have that. Give me a bump.
Yeah. While I'm sitting here being stupid.
They'll retrain me. I don't know what happened here. Damn it. Dented the cow right there. You got a crescent wrench?
Yep. Right.
The tool don't fit the spinner. Different size. That don't fit it either. Size did you drill it? Tiny. That needle nose spinner?
I don't know that I drilled that one.
Yeah, you made it. That's that Meslick thing.
Sure, I made one for a Meslick.
Yeah. Ain't no big deal.
I normally drill them 1/8 inch.
Oh, come on now. It'll be fine. I'm only gonna put 5 ounces in it too.
Did the airplane look like the wings were level on it?
I couldn't tell. Bumping around pretty good.
Yeah, I know. It doesn't quite breathe the way that Tacoma does. Definitely flies bigger. Maybe it's a handle less than it was. I'm not comfortable in working on it, so it's not flying. That's fine.
Yeah, it's not good.
And he's running like 100 miles an hour.
Okay, please start not giving me any grief. Now we're gonna start this nonsense again. Nose heavy. Looks like it's gonna get some more clear. Yeah. I tell you, I'm half tempted to fly my old shoe. Fix the paint and fly in.
Well, you got to get time on them, that's for sure.
That thing's way too nose heavy. Of course, you really can't tell in this air.
This wind, it's so lumpy, and I agree with you. It's probably more than 10 miles an hour, especially in gusts. Probably 20.
What was my lap speed?
About 5.1, the one that I did get time. By the time I was good for a second lap, we went high. And I know you just wanted to get it. It didn't run very long. You put 4 or 5 ounces in there?
Yep.
Jesus. It sounded like it's rich or lean.
Yeah.
And it wasn't really adjusting.
Yeah. There's something wrong with the spray bar.
I should have brought that test stand out too.
That's enough on that one. I'll put another flight on the Tucker. But I'm really leaning to fixing my other airplane and flying it.
Oh, man, you're talking about a lot of work.
No big deal. I mean, it's not going to score high in points, but it flies well.
Well, I thought the Tucker was flying pretty good. And you actually did a whole pattern on it, didn't you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We'll see how it acts now with the nose weight on it. That was tail heavy.
Well, it's all part of trimming. I'm getting that final little bit dialed in that you like.
Thing was puking out raw fuel out the overflow too. Did you see that? The fill side. That's one of the reasons why I like to run pressure.
When you were choking it, or when?
When I was tuning it.
I wonder if you got a hole in the fuel line somewhere that's not needling. You run that motor before, haven't you?
Yeah, 20 years ago. That's one of the original Thunderbolt motors. I sold it to Gary Hayjack.
Yeah, but you put an ABC piston liner in it, right?
No, that's a PA75.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. It's not needling, so there is a problem there. It's a leak or something somewhere.
And this motor here is the one out of my other airplane.
Well, that's reliable. That's Super Tiger 60, right?
Yeah.
Right, 75 ought to be reliable as hell as long as we got no air leaks or anything like that. I noticed my airplane was flying a lot faster inverted than it was upright.
Yeah.
Which is a tank adjustment.
Were the wings level on mine? You couldn't tell.
Couldn't tell, really.
And this ain't ideal trimming weather here. But it does have a flight on it, so
it's too blustery, you know. It's the wind's not stiff. The wind was sort of steady, but it's not. 1 second is nothing, the next second 20, next second you're 10.
We might be flying the Tucker this year, regardless. I don't know. I'm gonna have to play with it, take it apart, see what's wrong with it. It seems solid out there, but
Well, my airplane was solid. Of course, I've got about 10 flights on that, but most of those with that K-77, and put that PA in there, and it pulls completely different. It just feels different. There's power there.
let's see if we got any chatters.
What I got to figure out is my neutral setting on my handle. I think I need to shorten the upline just a little bit, or maybe shorten the upline.
Let's see.
It's feeling like it wants to fly high inverted. So what would that be? You need to add down to it. Lengthen the upline.
It wants to fly high, inverted.
I felt like it was like that, like I was trying to force it to come down, and then it would go too far. That might be a flap tweak.
Yeah. Let's see what we got here. All right.
I'm using a completely different handle than what I'm used to, which I'm using one of those carbon fiber hard point handles. It's super lightweight. That's completely different feel.
Bald and Dangerous is on here, or was. Little history. Yeah. Well, we didn't get much of a flight on that. I didn't do any stunts with it because I feel that it's way too nose heavy. It doesn't want to turn. So the fix for that is more clear. So I'll take it back instead of rubbing it out. I'll just sand it. And
Yeah, you need more clear on it anyway. If you sanded through it that little bit that you did there at the house, of course you did use 1,000 on to begin with, so that knocked it down pretty quick.
I mean, it tracks all right. It just doesn't want to turn.
It didn't look like it was flying bad. Of course, I didn't have enough flaps there. By the time I was getting to looking at where it was flying, it shut off.
I wonder how much fuel's left in it. Well, I'm not going to monkey with that airplane again. I'll just take it home and take it apart because I know for sure that it needs some weight in the tail.
Check all your fuel lines and make sure ain't nothing's got a pinhole in it, especially that overflow line. That could, where that dented, it could have cut it right there where it.
So that'll just give me a little more.
Why don't you have pressure hooked up on that? Because it's a pipe?
Yeah.
I was packing about 7, 8, somewhere around in there. And it was over, I was 4 something on lap times, 4.7.
Yeah, that ain't right. You had the button on the tack wrong. 7,000. Super Tackers only run at 90 or run at 9,500.
My PA 65, I tack it at about 98.5, 99, and I get 5.1, 5.2, but it's a different prop.
Yeah, you had it set for 2 blade, not 3 or something.
No, I had it on 3.
It wasn't registering right.
That's what it tacked on the bench. Oh, somewhere in the 7s.
Sure sound a whole lot faster than 7,000 to me.
And it was pinch. I was pinching the line on it, and it'd go up and come back down and all that stuff. So I said, well, it sounds like it's broke in. Feels like it.
So
but
I mean,
that's a lot more prop. I mean, I'm running that Mesnick 13.45 or something like that, and that prop right there's got a lot more blade area. That's a 14.5 probably, 14.45 maybe. So that's another inch.
Well, I'm thankful that I got a flight on it. I kind of got an idea what I need to do. I got to dial some more into it or something because it.
We should have been painting today and flying yesterday. Yesterday was beautiful, man. There wasn't hardly any wind at all. We picked a day and there wasn't any wind all morning, and then we come out here and all of a sudden now there's wind. Typical. Roll your lines out and be calm. Roll your lines out. And then they'll act up. This is what it was like last Tuesday when I was out here, and Scott put up a flight and he started doing the pattern and quit because it's just too lumpy.
I'm gonna fly the Tucker again.
That's typical this time of year.
Just wait till the Nats. It's gonna be a bitch.
I might have put some 18,000 lines on there just to feel safe. Get it backed off a little bit, turns down the RPM a little.
I'll see if I can get off early on Tuesday. I can't stay out here till 9 o'clock when you guys go in, man. I'm worn out.
We quit at about 7:30 or 8, somewhere around in there, and then me and Scott just sit around and shoot the shit until 9 o'clock. But see, he needs to get home too because he hasn't eaten dinner. He comes straight from work out here.
Well, that would be my deal too.
That's just exactly what I used to do. Come straight from work out here. Tuesday night. Here's the deal on Tuesday night. You said something the other night. I don't know why in the hell them guys fly on Tuesday night.
The stupidest night of the week.
Tuesday night came about years and years and years ago, 50 years ago, that they had contests all the time. There was a contest every single weekend, and literally. And sometimes they were 4-day contests and stuff. They were big contests, huge. And the guys flew everything under the sun. And it worked out that Tuesday was the best night of the week for them to get out because their weekends were tied up with contests. So it became a tradition that the Buzzards flew on Tuesday nights, and they've kept that tradition throughout all these years. Just like the emblem. I made a proposal one year, man. I wish I'd never even opened my mouth. Changing our emblem on our shirts.
Yeah.
Modernizing it a little bit. And man, you would have thought that I hung Jesus Christ or something. I mean, man, that guy shot down faster than you can shake a stick at it.
At least my nose quit running.
Yeah, your head finally filled up.
It drained.
I mean, if we stayed out here until 7 o'clock, it'd calm down again. I'm not going to stay out here till 7.
Need more clear. Either that or a couple ounces of tail weight.
Well, you probably agree with me. I go the clear first, and then before you go adding anything, or try to. You can't lighten anything up more outside of putting a wood prop on it.
Yeah, I got a 14-inch wood prop.
And that might save you a quarter ounce. But that ain't going to help your turn.
Why wouldn't it? Tailweight.
Well, yeah, I guess if it's a 14-inch, not a 15 or a 16-inch. Weren't you running a 15 or a 16-inch two-blade?
I had a 15.45 carbon on my Thunderbolt.
We was at complaining the other day about watching paint dry.
I don't know. Why?
Being out here for testing tunes about as
Yeah.
fun as watching paint dry. Neither one of us got the energy to keep up with the. A fast pace of flying 15 flights in a row.
Fuck that.
I can't do that anymore. I used to be able to. I get burnt after about 4 flights.
Okay. We get a towel and wipe this thing off. I guess I can open up the handle spacing on that handle too. Get more turn.
Yeah.
I'll get it trimmed, but just a pain in the ass. I like it a lot better when they fly right off the bench.
Well, of course, everybody does. They don't always do that, though. This wind isn't copacetic at all.
No, it's not real.
It's 20 miles an hour right now.
Is it?
Bumpy. I'll bet you it is. Or 18 anyway. I was sitting there holding your airplane, waiting for you to get to the handle and stuff. And I'm sitting there holding the plane's going in the wind, you know, and I'm going, shit. I hold on to this thing. Come on, calm down. Let him launch. Let him take off that leash. You know? Get it up in the air. I gotta go back to the eye doctor. I gotta get a new set of glasses and stuff.
So I think my plan of attack when I go home is I'm going to put the other motor back in the other airplane and see what I'm going to have to do to doctor it up for appearance and get it out here and practice with it because it flies great.
Well, you know, it's got them warts all over it.
Yeah. Those are turbulators.
Yeah. What about the high roller?
It flies about like that one. Don't turn.
Well, if they're not turning, you either don't have enough elevator or you got too much prop disc or your nose heavy.
It's nose heavy. But I hate to bring it up in gross weight. But
You got the elevator set at 1-to-1, don't you?
faster than 1-to-1.
It's 3/4, isn't it?
It's faster than 1-to-1. 1-to-1 would be 3/4.
Right.
It's closer than 3/4. I got it slid all the way up.
Really. You got it about 3/8 then, or ½ inch.
Yeah. It well, if I make the airplane an ounce heavier with clear, that's an ounce.
Mostly behind the CG.
Yeah. So that should be
63 and 7/8 ounces, just under the 64-ounce mark.
yeah.
Listen, me and you don't always see eye to eye on everything, but I can sit here and tell you, and I think you'll agree with me, and maybe a lot of other people out there, to build an airplane that size at 64 or less ounces is a hell of a feat.
It's hard.
Now, over 64, 65 on up, that's probably pretty standard. Probably 68 to 75 is probably pretty standard for.
This airplane would fly great right now if it had a Super Tiger 60 in it, because I take that ounce out of
because
the
it
nose.
doesn't weigh anything too, and it's got that helps the low power of that 60. I mean, that 60 doesn't have anywhere near the power that thing's got.
Right.
And
But
that thing's going to turn and it ain't going to slow down. That Super Tiger 60, you'll have to sort of baby it probably in multiple maneuvers just to,
well, I'm going to make that combination work. And like I say, the first thing is I guess next weekend.
Where's your handle set at?
I don't know.
I mean, is it in on holes or is it all the way out?
I don't know. Don't know.
I don't think it's all the way out. I'd open it up. If you're using a 4-inch belt crank, I'd make it at least 4 1/4 or 4.5. I got that airplane right there turns much better than my other one.
It's lighter, that's why.
It's got a 75 in it instead of 65. But that handle is opened up all the way. It's on the outside holes, as wide as I can make that handle.
Yeah. I'm not going to fly that again, though, no matter where the handle setting is, because...
No, it's got a fuel problem.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mess with it with a fuel problem at all.
Yeah, I could go out more.
Yeah, see, you're ½ an inch in on each one of them yet, right?
Yeah, I could open it up some more. Take these out, turn them around, slide them back. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll take it home, fix the fuel problem.
Well, this will just slide right on up.
Yeah, slide it out, turn it over.
Yeah, you can get it all the way up to the very top there.
Yeah.
That give you another inch. That might be 4 inches, might be a light 4 inches. So that gives you about, 4.5,
Give me 5 inches.
5 inches maybe.
If that's 4, and I can move this a half inch and that a half inch.
Yeah, it would be fine. But
Yeah, I'll try that first. Got to get the fuel problem figured out, though.
yeah, that's a must. I got to get it figured out on that too, because I'm flying way too much faster inverted than I am upright.
Even if I have to take the tank out of my high roller and put it in this.
What would that be? That'd be having me to raise the tank,
What?
flying faster inverted than upright.
You need to lower. Let's see. You're faster inverted, right?
I need to lower it
No.
when it's on its wheels.
Yeah, when it's on its wheels.
I need to lower it.
Yeah.
That's confusing. It feels like a completely different airplane with that PA in there.
Yeah.
But I think that I can richen it up a little bit and get that dialed in good.
You're gonna go again?
I need to try to richen it up and see if I can't get a halfway decent lap time, but I don't like this one. When the plane's bouncing up and down 4 feet just trying to fly level, and
It's perfect right now.
well, yeah, I was sitting in the pit. Let's see, what time is it? It's 4 o'clock. This is the worst time of the day to go flying. Or around here. It starts, normally get early morning from 7:30 until about 11.
Grab my airplane.
Then anything after 11 is debatable.
Still there. Hopefully I can get a decent run. Okay, guys, we're gonna go with the Tucker, a flight. Gotta have my cool shades on, man. It's bumpy as hell up here.
Yeah. More than just bumpy. Let me hold my breath. You got leaves on your line.
It's rough.
Didn't look pretty.
But it felt good. I mean,
You were a little slow, maybe 5.33 or something like that. Could have.
no, that's good. That was fine. I was looking for the pitch, you know.
The plane looks like it's flying pretty good. Outside the wind bobbling you all over the place
Yeah.
out there. I mean, I couldn't really sit there and scrutinize the airplane itself because of the buffeting.
That's terrible.
But in fact, I was surprised when you went into the vertical eight. So I'm going, I think he might not venture there. But then you went into vertical eights, and I said, well, okay, he pulled through that okay.
It's got plenty of power everywhere.
I said, the hourglass will be okay then. So you went through that, and then I said, well, let's see if it's struggling and the overhead eight's coming around into the wind.
A little bit.
And it did. It slowed down a little bit, but it kept pulling. Come right on around. Okay. Outside there, the airplane looked like it turned pretty good. You were having to fly the airplane through the maneuvers. You couldn't just instinctively
Right.
put the airplane up there because you could see your corrections as you was fighting the wind and stuff.
The wind is horrid.
I don't even know how I can go up again. This stuff ain't.
Let's see. Anybody say anything? Can't see.
It's just pushing the limits, trying to trim an airplane out.
I think unless I figure out what's wrong with my Continental, it'll probably be the Tucker. I think I can get it dialed in before the Nats. Let's see what we got here. Good fly, Sparky. The Tucker's great. Thank you, Emilio. Looks like flying better, but but that is from my view. Yeah, it's better, Chris. Very cool. Buenas tardes. Weight of the PA 75, just the motor is 13 ounces.
Yeah, but didn't you shorten the nose up on that because of that?
What? Shorten the nose. Oh, I left the prop extension out. Should have had one in it. Would have moved everything back.
Yeah.
That one has a prop extension in it. So I think the next thing for this airplane, before I put any more clear on it, fix the fuel problem. There's an issue with the spray bar or something, or fuel line or whatever. Open up the handle and then bring it back out and slow it down. It was clipping along pretty good, right?
Yeah, you were clipping along for us pretty good, yeah.
I might put longer lines on it. But I got to get it to turn. It don't turn like that one, I can tell you that.
Well, look at your line spacing on that handle opposed to what you got on that one, and you'll see a lot right there.
They're the same.
They are?
Yep. I tried to set everything up the same so I can go from, swap lines or whatever.
Well, that'd be the ultimate, but I've never had two airplanes, even though they were the same, that flew the same, ever.
Oh,
They all felt different out there. But
well,
you know, the same airplane, you know, SV-23 or whatever, that plane flies completely different than my other one. That other one locks. You can feel it.
plenty of nose weight.
Maybe that's the difference in feel between a light airplane and a heavy airplane. That plane right there is 63 and a half or 64 ounces. That other plane's 73. Big difference.
I think the Tucker's going to be the one I'm going to fly this year, unless this comes around real quick. I'll bring it, but I can't make these big block motors feel right.
I don't think you're going to.
Maybe I got to shorten the nose back up to 9 inches. But then you got to build a super light airplane. It'd be real tail heavy.
You don't have to move it that much.
My Thunderbolt is 8 3/4.
Yeah, but what it weigh?
Pig, 70 ounces.
A shorter moment arm on the nose will make them turn better.
Yep.
I mean, look at a combat plane. A prime example. Of course, they're short coupled in the back too, but
Of course, this test and tune in this hurricane wind is not good.
no, this isn't pleasant at all. I was out there flying level, and that plane's bouncing up and down 3 or 4 feet.
Yep.
That's and you're not giving it any controls to do that.
I can tell you this, adding that aluminum spinner, maybe I'll put the steel nut on it I got, if I can find it. Adding that spinner on there, that helped.
Yeah, put that steel nut on there. That'll help again.
Also brings the gross weight up.
As long as you're under 64.
I can't remember what it weighs. 61 or 2. I know this one's lighter by a little, but you don't want to turn.
I think that one's got more throw in it than the Continental does for some reason.
Well, the controls are kind of sticky on this right now.
Yeah. That airplane, my airplane, turns better than my other one.
It's lighter.
Turns a lot better. I can feel it for sure.
Wonder if my soda stayed semi-cold.
I'm gonna have to get used to that flighting characteristic. I bet you a windsock could be standing straight out right now. Damn near. It is. I see their thing over there, their flagpole.
I got to know what I needed to know, though. I mean, we ever get some good flying weather, maybe we can get some stuff done.
We'll have to keep an eye on the wind, and if we can get a time, whether it's early in the morning or it's late in the evening, we need to take advantage of that. And like I say, around here it's normally 6:30, 7 o'clock. The wind dies down almost religiously. Very rarely does it not do that. This time of year is notorious for bad wind and weather.
That ain't it. We got plenty of throw. Yeah, I got plenty of throw. I just need more tail weight. This one needed more nose weight. That one needed more tail weight.
Sort of curious to find out if that thing's got any fuel left in it. It didn't run very long for 5 ounces of fuel.
Yeah. I think with a few more tweaks on this, I can fake it.
The airplane's flying pretty good, Sparky. Really is. You know, I mean, I was sitting there watching it pretty close, and outside of the buffeting, it was going where you wanted it to go. I'm not going to fly any more in this stuff.
Yeah, it's too crappy.
This is a no-win situation.
When I leave here, I'm gonna stop at Harbor Freight, pick me up a new flight box. I gotta have a flight box that works. I mean,
I like this flight box, but I'm going to re-engineer it to make it a little bit better. I want to make it easier to get my lines out of there. See, I got all my lines in there that it takes to fly. I don't have to carry around a big giant toolbox.
I guess they do have them out a little farther than that other one.
Yeah. A little bit.
I'll match that handle to this one to start. Well, guys, it looks like we're going to wrap it up. I mean, you're welcome to hang out with us until I shut it off, but there's not much we can learn in this wind. Eric Fartwell. Appreciate you watching. There'll be many more videos like this. We could possibly, if it's nice tomorrow, we could possibly come out tomorrow. But it's going to have to be a whole lot nicer than this gale wind. It's kind of like the gnats. The wind at the gnats is different because it's straight line wind. The wind here is buffeting. But if it's blowing its ass off at the gnats, I won't fly there either. It's just not worth losing my airplanes. You guys have seen how much sanding it takes. And now that I know the Tucker's going to probably be my choice, there's going to be some more sanding on it. That's unless this Continental comes around real quick. So, total flights on this airplane are 3. Is that right, John? Or is it 4? John thinks 4. I say 3. Anyway, not very many, but I know this one is real close. The other one got 1 flight on it, but it's going to need, there won't be any surgery, but it's going to need some addition.
I'm going to have to change from this handle.
What?
I'm going to change from this handle.
Change the handle.
Yeah.
Change it to what?
Rico.
This airplane he'll bring back as much nostalgia as the Continental, so whatever. Can't forget my custom syringe. I gotta get this muffler off over to your house and get it polished up.
I need to take on my batteries and actually put a charge on.
Yeah, I gotta do mine too. I got 4 of them. I got one that's charged. Well, when do you think the wino's gonna lift the mask mandate?
I don't know.
The Democrat, the wine.
Whenever he's forced into doing it. That'd be the only time when he's forced into it.
Well, guys, look for us tomorrow night. I might be on later tonight myself, but look for us tomorrow. If the wind is better, we'll probably come out.
This today is ridiculous right now. It is ridiculous.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you later. Fair winds, tight lines.
Bye.